Oscar de la Hoya's name resonates far beyond the boxing ring, a symbol of greatness and inspiration. Known as the Golden Boy, he didn't just dominate the sport, he redefined it, blending technical brilliance with unmatched charisma to become a global icon. Born on February 4, 1973, in East Los Angeles, California, de la Hoya grew up in a family deeply rooted in boxing. His grandfather, Vicente, was an amateur fighter in the 1940s, while his father, Joel Sr., competed professionally during the 1960s. Even his brother, Joel Jr., found his way into the ring. With boxing ingrained in his family's legacy, it was only natural that Oscar would step into the sport, a decision that would take him from the streets of East LA to the pinnacle of international fame, crafting a tale of unparalleled talent, determination, and legacy. De la Hoya's journey began in the gyms of East Los Angeles, where he displayed an innate talent for the sport. By the time he graduated from Garfield High School in 1991, he was already a rising star in the amateur boxing world. That year, his trajectory changed forever when he earned a spot on the U.S. boxing team for the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona. Fighting in the lightweight division, de la Hoya captured the gold medal, a moment that transcended sports as he dedicated the victory to his late mother, who had dreamed of him becoming an Olympic champion. This triumph earned him the moniker, the Golden Boy, a name that symbolized his charisma, skill, and ability to inspire. Turning professional later that year, de la Hoya quickly became a household name. Over the course of his 16-year career, he amassed an extraordinary resume, winning 11 world titles across 6 weight divisions and capturing lineal championships in 3 of them. In 1995, he was named the Ring magazine's Fighter of the Year, and by the late 1990s, he was considered one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. His technical precision, unmatched work ethic, and marketable personality drew fans from all walks of life, helping him generate an astonishing $700 million in pay-per-view revenue, a record only surpassed later by Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. His professional career was marked by iconic matchups against some of boxing's greatest names, including Julio César Chávez, Felix Trinidad, Bernard Hopkins, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. He was not only a master tactician, but also a fearless competitor, often stepping into the ring against larger and more experienced opponents. Standing at 5 feet 10 and a half inches tall and weighing around 155 pounds in his prime, he carried himself with an elegance that belied his ferocity in the ring. In 2009, after a storied career that left an indelible mark on boxing, de la Hoya announced his retirement. However, his influence on the sport did not end there. In 2002, he founded Golden Boy Promotions, a trailblazing firm that made him the first American of Mexican descent to own a national boxing promotional company. Even while he was an active fighter, he took on promotional responsibilities, using his platform to shape the future of boxing. His firm became a powerhouse in combat sports, expanding into MMA in 2018 with a highly publicized trilogy bout between Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. High connection to his heritage has always been central to his identity. In 2002, he was granted dual American and Mexican citizenship by the Consulate General of Mexico in Los Angeles, a reflection of his deep pride in his roots. Beyond boxing, he ventured into other pursuits, including a 25% stake in the Houston Dynamo soccer team and other entrepreneurial endeavors. Today, with an estimated net worth of $200 million as of 2024, he remains a prominent figure in the sporting world, celebrated not just for his achievements in the ring, but also for his enduring legacy as a promoter and ambassador for the sport. About his personal life, Oscar de la Hoya's personal life, like his career, has been a blend of highs and lows, marked by both glamour and turbulence. In 1997, he began dating actress and former Miss USA, Shauna Moakler, and by the following year, the two were engaged. In 1999, they welcomed a daughter together, though the pregnancy hadn't been planned. Yet, despite their seemingly happy beginnings, the relationship came to a public and painful end in 2000 when Moakler saw de la Hoya escorting another woman to the Latin Grammy Awards on television. Following their split, Moakler filed a $62.5 million palimony suit, alleging that he was abusive and neglectful. The lawsuit was settled out of court in 2001, though after their separation, he remained financially supportive of their daughter while having minimal direct contact with her. Later in 2001, De La Hoya married Puerto Rican singer Milly Carrecher, with whom he had 3 children. He also has 2 sons from previous relationships. Though he and Carrecher separated in 2016, De La Hoya continued to prioritize family as part of his public image, often speaking warmly of his Mexican heritage. This connection was officially recognized in 2002 when he obtained Mexican citizenship, a gesture that he described as a fulfillment of a cultural identity he had always felt. De La Hoya has also been open about some of the darker moments in his life. In 2021, he revealed that he had been sexually assaulted at the age of 13 by an adult woman, an event that profoundly impacted him but had remained undisclosed for years. Beyond his personal challenges, he has channeled his success toward philanthropic efforts, especially in the communities that shaped him. In 1995, he founded the Oscar de la Hoya Foundation, which provides educational and athletic opportunities to underprivileged youth in East Los Angeles, including the Oscar de la Hoya Onimo Charter High School that serves hundreds of students. His generosity extends into healthcare, with donations totaling millions, including a $250,000 contribution to aid COVID-19 relief at Adventist Health White Memorial. Whether distributing groceries to families during Thanksgiving or supporting charities that address issues like substance abuse and diabetes, De La Hoya has remained committed to giving back. About his professional career. From his early age, Oscar de la Hoya was destined for greatness in the boxing world. Raised in the heart of East Los Angeles, he grew up with boxing in his blood, thanks to a family that lived and breathed the sport. His mother, a former amateur boxer, was the first to encourage him to step into the ring, while his father, a passionate fan, believed his son would one day conquer it. But it wasn't just family support that set him apart, it was his raw talent. Even as a young teen, De La Hoya's natural speed, power, and technical prowess caught the attention of those around him. By the time he was old enough to fight professionally, he had already left an indelible mark on the amateur scene, winning prestigious titles like the National Golden Gloves and the U.S. Olympic trials. With these early triumphs, he wasn't just on his way to becoming a champion. He was on the verge of changing the face of boxing forever. His star shone brightest at the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona, where he captured a gold medal in the lightweight division. At just 19 years old, he had achieved what many boxers could only dream of, and his Olympic victory earned him national recognition. His decision to turn professional was driven by his desire to bring pride to his Mexican heritage. He wasn't just fighting for himself, he was fighting for his family, his culture, and his people. "I will be the best, and I will bring the title back to my family," he vowed. His professional debut on November 23, 1992, against Larenel Larry Bowers, was nothing short of spectacular. De La Hoya wasted no time making his mark, securing a first-round TKO victory. The boxing world quickly took notice of this young, promising talent. In just a year, De La Hoya made history, capturing his first world title, the WBO super featherweight title, at the age of 20. He was already on his way to becoming a household name. By 1994, his career was soaring. His second-round knockout of Jorge Páez earned him the WBO lightweight title, and in 1995, he unified the lightweight division after defeating Rafael Ruelas. He was becoming known not only for his knockout power, but also for his impeccable technique, a blend of speed and skill that set him apart from his peers. His rise to prominence was swift, but it was not without challenges. The boxing world was beginning to take notice of his potential, but De La Hoya was still hungry for bigger challenges. The defining moment of his early career came on June 7, 1996, when he faced the legendary Julio César Chávez in a fight that would go down in history. Chávez, who was a living legend with an unbeaten record, was considered by many to be the greatest boxer of his era. It was the young De La Hoya, with his unflappable determination, who stood tall in the ring. De La Hoya fought with intensity and precision, and by the fourth round, Chávez, the warrior many believed to be invincible, was forced to retire on his stool. De La Hoya won via TKO, claiming the WBC light welterweight title and cementing his place as the future of boxing. It was a moment that showed the world that De La Hoya wasn't just a rising star. He was here to stay. From that point on, he continued to dominate, winning world titles in multiple weight classes: super featherweight, lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight. He was a force to be reckoned with. His skill was undeniable, but it was his work ethic and relentless drive that set him apart. His victories over big names like Pernell Whitaker, a master tactician, and Felix Trinidad, who would go on to become one of his most memorable opponents, showcased his versatility. His fight with Trinidad in 1999, in which De La Hoya nearly secured a victory only to fall victim to a controversial decision in the final rounds, remains one of the most hotly debated fights in boxing history. His ability to win titles across multiple weight classes only solidified his legacy as one of boxing's greats. His 2002 victory over Fernando Vargas in a highly anticipated grudge match is regarded as one of his most significant triumphs. His performance was a masterclass in boxing, and the victory was seen as a testament to his tenacity and heart. But while he was known for his knockout power, his greatest strength was his ability to rise to the occasion when the stakes were highest. Despite his dominance, De La Hoya's career was not without its setbacks. In 2003, he faced Shane Mosley, and for the first time in his career, De La Hoya tasted the bitterness of defeat in a unanimous decision loss. It was a painful moment, and many wondered if his time had passed. But he wasn't one to back down. He bounced back with victories over fighters like Ricardo Mayorga and the highly skilled Bernard Hopkins, but age and injuries were beginning to take their toll. In 2007, De La Hoya faced the unbeaten Floyd Mayweather Jr. in one of the most anticipated fights of the decade. Despite a valiant effort, De La Hoya lost a split decision, and it was clear that his body was no longer as sharp as it once was. The fight was a classic, but it was also a reminder that time waits for no one. He wasn't the same fighter he had been a decade earlier, but his heart and determination were still undeniable. His final fight came in 2008 against the rising superstar Manny Pacquiao. The fight was brutal for De La Hoya, who was dominated over 12 rounds and ultimately quit on his stool after the 8th. It was the end of an era, and De La Hoya, the man who had once ruled the ring, walked away from boxing. But he didn't fade into obscurity after his retirement. Instead, he transitioned to a new chapter in his life, promoting boxing events and becoming a key figure in the sports business side. He founded Golden Boy Promotions, which quickly became one of the most influential promotional companies in boxing. Under his leadership, Golden Boy helped to elevate the careers of boxers like Canelo Alvarez, who would go on to become one of the sport's brightest stars. De La Hoya's legacy is defined by more than just his in-ring accomplishments. His ability to market himself, his understanding of the business side of boxing, and his role in bringing attention to the sport during a time when MMA was on the rise, all contributed to his enduring impact. De La Hoya helped make boxing relevant to a new generation, and his influence is still felt today. About his house and cars, Oscar De La Hoya has built a lifestyle that matches his legendary boxing career. With a string of accomplishments both in and out of the ring, he now enjoys a life of luxury, marked by a magnificent $14.6 million mansion in Henderson, Nevada. The home is a true reflection of his success, featuring modern architecture and an array of high-end amenities. Inside, expansive living areas create an atmosphere of comfort and style, while a state-of-the-art kitchen stands ready to serve his culinary needs. For entertainment, the mansion is equipped with a home theater, a game room, and a pool area perfect for unwinding or hosting guests. Outside, beautifully landscaped gardens and serene seating areas provide the perfect escape. When it comes to his car collection, his taste for speed and luxury is evident. His garage is filled with some of the most coveted vehicles in the world, each one a symbol of both his wealth and his appreciation for high performance. Among his prized possessions is the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, a sports car known for its blistering speed and sleek design, alongside a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, which effortlessly blends power with eye-catching style. The Rolls-Royce Phantom represents elegance and comfort, offering the perfect luxury ride, while the Porsche 911 Turbo showcases his love for agility and speed. To round out his collection, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class stands as a flagship of sophistication and cutting-edge features. De La Hoya's homes and cars reflect a lifestyle forged by decades of hard work, passion, and an undying love for the finer things in life. From his grand estate to his fleet of exotic vehicles, everything he owns tells the story of a man who has earned every piece of the luxury he now enjoys. Thank you for watching. Don't miss our fascinating biography of Mike Tyson and other legendary boxers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Stay tuned for more boxing stories.